One of my fuck it moments, I was offered a deal. Deal was on the table, had the whole meeting, everything. And then a lot of times these deals, when you get signed, it is centered around a song, a specific song that people gravitate to. It's rarely like a whole body of work. It's like, oh, this song is a hit. We want to do the song. So there was a song that it was latched onto, the deal, and at the same time another A&R got hold of that same song and pitched it to a major artist, and so the deal kind of got dropped because the major artist wanted to do the song and they no longer, it was the same label. So I lost the deal over that whole situation. It was literally within a week I was like offered a deal, and then the deal, and it was, people were like, oh, but you got this placement, this artist is gonna do the song, like you're still good, you're fine. But it was, I didn't see it like that, you know, because I ultimately always wanted to write and perform my own music. You know, it was never, I love writing for other people, but it was always, you know, my intention was always to do my own thing. I literally was like, yo, fuck it, I don't even think, maybe I shouldn't even be doing this. Like, maybe this just isn't my path. Maybe I need to do something else. And literally a week later, I lost my voice, speaking and singing, for like 6 months. I got a crazy vocal disorder called vocal cord paresis. You can have either vocal cord paresis or paralysis. Some people never get it back, and you don't know while you're going through it. So that was literally like, I felt like God was like, oh, really? Like, that's how you feel? I gave you this gift and you don't want it? Like, okay, live without it. Let's see how you do. Let's see how you, and it was literally like the biggest test of my life, the biggest blessing at the same time when I got through it. But during it, it was the biggest test. I never heard my voice until I didn't have it. It shook my whole world, and it definitely brought me back to reality of knowing that this is what I want to do. This is what I'm born to do. So I don't know. I think every fuck it moment is a setup. Every breakdown is actually disguised as a setup for something greater. And you know, nothing worth having comes easy. It's so cliche, but it's so true, because when you go through those moments of fire and you get past it, it's like your appreciation for the little things is just exponentially higher and grander, you know? So, you know, when I got my voice back, I was like, I don't care about a deal. I don't care if nobody, I just want to sing. Like, I'll sing, anybody who wants me to sing, I'll sing on the train. Like, you know, it wasn't about this getting a deal and being famous. It was like, no, why did you even ever want to do this? It was about making music. And it just made me appreciate the fact that I know how to sing, you know, like not being able to sing. I was like, wow, this is how it feels for a lot of people who don't know how to sing. And so it just made me appreciate the gift that was given to me, you know. I realized that's the only thing I knew how to do really well. That was the only thing that I loved doing. And so just even having to think about what I do, it was like, God, you would not take me this far. You would not give me this just to take it away from me. And so my mother was the one who snapped me back into reality, because I'm very much a believer in, like I said, the law of attraction and speaking to life, you know, what you want. And so she was like, aren't you the one who's always out here telling people to speak it to life and, you know, manifestations? She's like, yo, you want your voice back, you every day wake up and declare it, you know? And once I did that shift, everything changed. It didn't happen right away, but it definitely, I think, in a lot of ways was God's way of, faith isn't faith until it's tested. And that's just the reality about faith. You can't say I have faith, and you only know when you have true faith is when it's tested. And that was my test. It was definitely the darkest period in my life, for sure. It was because just the not knowing. I literally went to the best vocal doctor in New York City. You know, he was in the New Yorker, all these things. And I literally looked at him and was like, will I get my voice back? And he just looked at me like, I don't know. I'm like, that's not what I wanted to hear. And I literally just, a flood of tears just came down my face. And just the not knowing was just so scary. But, you know, thankfully, it came back like, you know, 6 months later, gradually, but it came back, and actually came back stronger because I was using parts of my vocal cords that, you know, weren't in the stress and the straining to just be heard, you know, because you could not hear, even in a quiet place like right now, you couldn't hear my speaking voice. So just straining and using other muscles, when it finally came back, my voice was actually stronger. It was scary, but like I said, in the end, it was amazing. The thing about vocal cord paralysis is it's still a lot of unknown factors. Like, it's something that it's sporadic. It's not, they can, some people think it's stress. It can be caused by stress, There is no real way to determine. It just is spontaneous, and it literally happened overnight. I literally woke up one day and I thought I had laryngitis. So I waited it out for 2 weeks. So, just rest your voice 2 weeks, it'll come back. You just have laryngitis, don't worry. 2 weeks went by, still had no voice. So yeah, it's one of those conditions that nobody really knows. There's a couple other singers that have had it. I don't know their names right now, but I remember being online when I was researching it, and there were people like, I haven't had my voice for 2 years. I'm a teacher. I can't work. What do I do? And so I literally had to stop reading stuff that was happening on Google, because I was like, 2 years? No, not gonna happen. But yeah, it's a mystery. It's a mystery.
And I felt like that was my only way to breathe and to keep living, was to write all these things down, because I didn't speak. And so when I taught myself how to play the guitar when I was 9, it was kind of like putting poetry to music, and it was like this new kind of magic that I had made, and it literally saved my life.
And then at the end, though, his manager was like, yo, King Louis fucks with your stuff, we should work. But we're leaving tomorrow, so it needs to happen soon. And I was like, oh, fuck, okay.
So for 3 days, I did 7 performances. We tried to schedule them out so it made sense, but we didn't factor in the fact that we had to, the streets are blocked off. So you can't drive. You have to literally like walk, run, take a pedicab.
And then that was the face he gave. So you gotta look at you gotta go to my Instagram and look at the pictures, and just imagine me telling this man, like, I remixed your song, so I got this big Kool-Aid smell, and he looking like just straight face.